Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's interview. We have Mike on the line, who currently lives in Dubai, and he's been trading with FTMO for about a year. However, in such a relatively short period, he was able to score over $100,000 in payouts on his FTMO accounts. So today, we'll talk about his strategy that he applies mostly on gold and German DAX index, and we'll take his views on trading psychology as well.
In the trading, you need routines. Trading must be boring.
So sit tight and enjoy. Hello, Mike. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
By the way, guys, for those of you who might be watching us for the first time, FTMO is a modern prop trading firm, and we are looking for clients who can manage our FTMO accounts with up to $200,000 in fictitious funds. So, Mike here is an FTMO trader. So, you currently have an FTMO account with $400,000 or $200,000?
Yes, max 400,000.
Okay, maximum capital allocation. So a few interesting things about you. So I know you've been trading with us for not so long, actually in the past several months, 6 months, 1 year. And in this short period of time, you were able to get, I think, around $115,000 in payouts, which is very impressive, certainly.
Yes, it's really impressive.
All right. So, can you give us a little bit of introduction on yourself? For how long have you been trading, for example?
Yes, so I'm Mike. I'm from Germany. I'm 24 years old, and I started trading, I would say 5 to 6 years ago. I started trading in the typical Telegram groups with the signals and all this type of scam, but I recognized very fast that there's a great opportunity to earn as much money as I want to, because it's exponential. I can scale it up, and that was the way to go. So I saw the potential, and then I stayed focused.
All right. So you started first with a broker on a demo account, or you just went directly with the real money?
I think I not even traded one demo account, because I don't like demo accounts. Just maybe for the beginning, for 1, 2, or 3 weeks, just to check out the softwares, how maybe MetaTrader, CTrader, FTMO, all the stuff is working. Then to learn the strategy, and then you need to trade as fast as possible, in my opinion, with money. Maybe with less money, $100 or $200, it's fine for the beginning, but I would say 80% of trading is mental, and you not even have 1% of the same feeling if you trade demo than compared with real money. So I just traded maybe less weeks demo, and then I already traded with my own funds.
Okay, so how did it go? Were you able to be somewhat profitable from the beginning, or was it a typical route where in the beginning you lose lots of money, but then you were able to make it back?
Of course, I lost some money, but I lost not that much money. My main problem was always the mental stuff. I always could see great opportunities, great trades. That never has been a problem to me. But I always lost the money maybe in one trade, because I was not able to solve the pressure. I did some mistakes. I over leveraged. I canceled my stop loss and all this typical stuff. I had no risk management. That was my side of problems. I always traded good, but the mental stuff was my big problem.
So the way I see it, it was that example where you had quite a good win rate. You were able to trade good, but then there was one trade that went against you, and you just were not able to close it. You were just like hoping it's gonna turn around. I'm gonna cancel the stop loss. So it was a win-win-win, and then one big loss.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know that very well. Actually, I had the similar problems. So I feel
I
you.
would say it took me 2 years to get to solve this problem. to manage, to be that focused, to be that clear in my head, to close trades if they are not doing what I want to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you just basically have a clear rules in your head, and if these rules are, if these rules are met, then you are just gonna cancel a trade.
Yes, right now I have a trade management plan, I have a risk management plan, and I have always the same routine. In the trading, you need routines. Trading must be boring because I'm always trading with the same strategy or with the same mindset or with the same view on the market. And then I'm always looking for the same confirmations, and then I'm just doing the trade. If it's not working, it's not working. But I've always the same rules, and I'm never risking more than it's in my risk management. Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds that you really just had to take out the emotions out of your trading, and as you say, it has to be boring, and there is a routine in it, and only then you're able to like fully focus.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's go back a while. So you were trading with a broker with your own money. Uh, at what point did you decide you should give the modern prop trading a try, or are you still trading both with FTMO and on your personal life account as well?
I'm still trading both. I managed to build up quite a good amount of own capital with trading. But right now, I'm trading both together and to leverage how big is it possible. And yeah, I'm combine it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing that actually comes to my mind, so I see what you're trying to do, right? Get as much capital as possible, and then basically you can keep trading, the same, but you just increase the sizes of the positions, and you can make
Yes.
more and more money. So, have you found any like psychological problems with that? Because even though when you're trading the same strategy, it must be different when you have like 5 lots versus like 20 lots, right? Because the amount of money that's in a game is just like really, really different.
Yeah. I know the first time I traded 200K, and I saw some profits or losses of 2, 3, 4K, and it's one loan in Germany. You're playing with these amounts like it's normal, but you need to get used to it. So after 2 or 3 weeks, it's just normal because I'm always risking percentages, and that's important. I'm not looking at the amount, I'm just looking at the percentage, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So another thing I wanted to ask about the psychological side. Was that your biggest problem? Overcoming the emotional side of trading, or have you had to battle with like fear of missing out, or did you do some revenge trading as well?
Yes, of course I did everything. I did everything bad there's you're able to do. I did revenge trading. I did not follow my trading plan. I over leveraged. I wasn't able to control my emotions. I entered the market without any plan of what can happen in the next few minutes. I did not watch the fundamentals. I was not able to read the news calendar, all this stuff that's right now normal and in my routine. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you say you're more of a fundamental trader, or you use primarily just technical analysis?
I would say you need both.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you are not using the fundamentals and only technical strategies, I would say it's also possible to be profitable, of course. But if you are using the fundamentals and the news calendar, I would say you can make much bigger profits and you can stay much longer in the market. For me, it's really important. I'm not a scalper or something like this. I'm trading, I would say, less a week, less maybe 1 or 2 trades max a day. That's a lot. And I want to stay as long as possible in the market. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, it doesn't matter. And I'm not scalping. And if you trade the longer time frames, it's important that you are going with the trend and with the fundamentals, because the fundamentals are moving the market, I would say. Of course, the banks are moving the market, but they are trading the fundamentals, Fed, all these stuff, CPI.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would
Yes.
say it's important, but it's also possible to trade profitable without fundamentals.
Mm-hmm. Usually, what I heard is that the fundamentals are moving the markets, in the long run, in the long trend. But the technical analysis, use that for timing your entries and exits perfectly, right?
Yes, price action, timing with the news, fundamental, and then you can take long swing trades.
Awesome. So, final question of the first part. So, I've noticed that you're trading mostly the German index, DAX, and also gold as well. So,
DAX and gold.
is that something you've been focusing on, for the past few years, or is that just something you are doing now? Or are you able to trade, more instruments at the same time, or are you the fan of the theory that you should just focus at one or two instruments and really master those two?
So first of all, I would say I can trade everything, because it doesn't matter which pair, euro, US dollar, GBP, JPY, doesn't matter. I can trade everything with my system. But I am just trading DAX, gold, and sometimes the S&P 500, because I'm trading only 3 pairs, because I don't need more. It's fine if I'm analyzing only 3 pairs, and it takes a lot pressure from me. If I'm watching 10 or 15 charts, I'm missing one. I'm missing one trade in this chart. In the same time, I missed one in the other chart, and I was focused on gold. And then I put pressure on myself, and then I'm telling myself, now you need to get in. You already have missed 2 trades, 2 good trades, and now you need to do one. And then you are entering a trade, and then you take the loss. So I would say it's also good for take you on the safe side. If you trade less markets, better opportunities, more focus, and then you can stay more calm. So
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for the introduction, and now let's move on to the second part. All right, and we're back, and here with gold, one of Mike's favorite instrument. So, Mike, you've prepared the one trade that you took just yesterday. So,
yes.
just take us through and show us how do you trade.
Yes, I did this nice gold trade yesterday. After the trade and after some hours later, there was much more potential, but that was my trade, that was my plan, and I stick to the plan, and that's just fine. And we can see I did 200 points, 180 points, 85 points, and that's good. It's a really good trade, and I had a good risk reward ratio, so I'm very happy with this trade. So let's go back. I want to tell you what I saw there. In my strategy, it's important to combine all the time frames, all the bigger time frames, all the small time frames. I'm using each time frame. It doesn't matter. But for me, it's important to see the big picture, in trading. And if I can see the big picture, I can see the small parts. They start the big picture. So, and often one start in the big picture is a beginning of a trade. So if we go in the 1 hour time frame, we can see the last few weeks gold is in a quite nice, not nice range, but we are right now in a range. And yeah, we pushed up in the last few days, and we have been in a nice uptrend. I can show it. That's no problem. We did there a double bottom. That's a nice chart pattern for turning the trend. And then we can see here we are in a nice uptrend. So I saw the big picture. We are in a nice uptrend, and in the lower time frames, we have been also in an uptrend here. And then I'm using, I will tell later what I'm using for indicators. But then I'm watched in the morning of yesterday, I watched the news, and I saw that there are coming out some great news and initial job claims and all this stuff. And the consensus, I would say, if the actual is more than the consensus, it would push gold up and the dollar down. So I thought, or I built up my trade with the idea that the news are coming out like the prediction, and this will push up my my gold trade.
So
Or
you
the gold.
essentially trusted the forecast that it's going to be somewhat accurate.
Yeah, it's not always like this. Sometimes they are different. I can click on this average, and then I can see if they are sometimes different, or do they stick to the consensus. So you can see if there are maybe a big difference, like last time. But this time it was exactly how it should be. So it pushed my trade, but it was in my bag of information. And then I'm using normal structure, normal patterns. I'm using just normal volume zones. I'm using the MAs. I'm using special Fibonacci retracement. I can see with them special take profits. I'll build up my trade just with the Fibo. I can
Do you have
open it.
some favorite levels of the Fibonacci?
Yeah, of course, I have some favorite levels, and they are working quite well. So I'm using 61, 78, and it depends on which area I'm entering the market, where I need to put my stop loss, maybe at 88, maybe at 113. So, and green levels are my take profits. But I will not mention more about the FIBO because it's my game changer. It's really, really nice. And I can predict the market quite a lot with this. Because the banks also take their profits on same areas like the FIBO. Yes. So what else do you want to know? I entered the market yesterday morning in this area. I've seen a break of structure, then I've seen a retest, and at the retest there's been the FIBO level we talked about. Then I've seen some good MAs. I'm using the MAs also quite a lot because with the crosses in all different time frames, it starts often the push, often trade like this one. There we got the cross, and the market pushed afterwards. Then I can see that this movement, there was a liquidity grab. Just for all people, they entered the market long before the news, because everybody can read the news, and if they can read the news and understand the news, they were able to see that the dollar will get weakness and gold will push up. So they manipulated, in my opinion, they manipulated the market for a few minutes. The market pushed right away up. You can see in a bigger time frame, 1 hour. Oh no, we need to take a look in 4 hours. We can see a big wick there. Yeah, we can see the wick there, and yeah, that's often we get a wick if they are pushing the markets only for a short time to a special price.
What I would like to know is if there was no news on this day, would you take this trade anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But that's what I meant before. I would have taken this trade either way, but with the news, some movements like this happen. So you can make much more money with the news if you know how to trade them than without them.
How did you decide where to place your take profit on this trade?
I decided to take profit on top there on the 127% level, and on it's overall the last highs. So
Okay. Yeah, that
I
makes
thought,
sense.
yeah, it's maybe a stop hunting or just for liquidity. And if you go back in the lower time frames, you can see after we reached this level, we got a crazy candle back. So
Oh yeah, I see.
reach
Yeah.
this level and then we move back immediately, and that's why I'm using this level. So
Okay, so you are using the Fibonacci essentially for like always setting the take profit and the stop loss, or is it just in some certain conditions?
I would say I'm using it over 90%
Okay.
for taking the
And
for entering, for taking take profits, and for the stop loss, for everything.
okay, nice. And the ratio, the risk reward ratio in the trades, between the take profit and the stop loss, is it always the same for you, as well?
It's not always the same, but it's always the double. It's always the
Okay.
double that I'm risking, but sometimes it's 4, it's 5, it's 6. Depends on the time frame. Depends on the news. Yeah.
All right. And so you would say that this strategy that you just showed us on gold would work on DAX as well.
Yes, it's working on DAX.
All right. Perfect. So yeah, I think that's all we need for now. So thank you for the demonstration. And let's move on and check your econometrics. What do you think about Maik's setup on gold? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoy the content we put out here, please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys. Alright, so in the account matrix, so this is one of your recent FTMO accounts. So by the balance curve, we can see that, in the beginning, it was a little bit of up and down, but you managed to get it up, and there was a very nice trade at the end, which you scored like $7,000, something like that. Oh, it's
Yes.
more trades actually. Okay, not just one. All right, so here in the maximum daily loss, if you just could go back up a little bit, yeah,
Yes.
we can see that 5% easy in the maximum loss, only 2%. So you stayed within these limits quite well, and ultimately you scored a profit of almost $18,000. So I think this is about your average profit that you aim for, right? So around 8-10% on each FTMO account. Okay. Is that like your goal that you have? Like when you have an FTMO account, you want to reach, let's say, this percentage before the payout, or do you really not have a limit like that?
Yes, I always wanted to be between 8 and 10%, and then I can get the payout, because it's possible to do every 2 weeks a payout, and I would say it's more safe for me. It takes some pressure, and if I reach this goal, I stop trading with the funded capital or with this FTMO account, and it's done. Then I'm waiting for the payout, and then I start new. So yeah, it takes a lot of pressure from my shoulders, and then I can focus on other parts. So
Okay. Okay. So let's go more down. Let's see what stats we have there. By the way, Maik is German, so you can see the client area is in German as well, so you can practice in your language. So let's see. So the win rate actually is below 50, but thanks to the high risk reward that you have, we can see that you're profitable with no problem. No wrong days. Actually, we can see that all the results for your daily results are positive. So that's quite unusual as well. With most of people, you can see at least that some days are in a negative, but not here. Okay, so let's go further. Here we have the trades. So I can see that you usually, don't hold your trades overnight. So you usually hold
No,
them for a few hours.
I did this in the past, but it's not necessary today to hold the trades about or through the night. I had a lot of problems with this. I wasn't able to sleep in the past, and you can feel I always put or do some own rules for myself. If I'm reaching 8 to 10%, I stop the account. I will do no trades overnight. I stick to my trading plan, I stick to my trading management, and I stick to my stop loss. And so I can solve all the problems with the emotional problems. And that's why all the other people are failing. They're failing the challenges, they are failing to be profitable in trading because they cannot control their emotions. But if you give your some own rules and you learn to stick to it, to build your routine with them, you're easy able to be profitable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is something that I think is very essential, and we repeat it all over again. But it's really the truth that you just have to have the discipline in order to be good, to be the best at anything, and it doesn't matter if it's trading, if it's any sport, or if it's any job, or if you are an entrepreneur. You always have to have discipline, right? And that's exactly what you were just talking about. So that is a great confirmation that without a discipline, even if you have bunch of talent, without a discipline you
Yeah.
really can be on the top. Cool. So let's go all the way to the bottom and let's see the final few stats that we have there. So you were mostly buying. That is quite interesting. Is it
Depends on
because?
the market. We can go.
Yeah.
I know it's three weeks ago, and we had 4 or 5 weeks ago. The news called it a big crash, but we had only a small crash for a few days, and afterwards the market pushed up again, and it was this time. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all know that gold is pushing all-time highs, and the DAX was going up as well. So exactly as you're saying, this is due to the market conditions.
it depends. Yeah.
I can see that on your hours that you're trading mostly in the afternoon, mostly in the US. But actually, no, you're trading during the whole day. So, how many hours actually do you spend, daily in front of the monitor with trading?
I would say I spend between 1 and 2 hours per day.
Okay.
It looks much, but I have no rule for when I am able to or when I can enter a market. So sometimes, if I see an opportunity in the morning, I'll take it. If I see an opportunity in the midday, I'll take it. If I see an opportunity in the US session, I'll take it. It doesn't matter for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. So you're the type of person that opens a trade, you set a take profit, you set a stop loss, and you just let it do its own thing.
yeah, you need to close it. You just need to leave it, and then you can stick to your rules, and then you get not involved emotionally. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. And in this symbol section in the bottom, we can see that here you traded just mostly gold and DAX, the German 40 index, uh, roughly in the same level. Okay, Mike. Well, thank you. Thank you for showing us your trades. I think we've learned a lot. It was very nice to hear you. And let's move on to the final part of the interview and talk a little bit about the psychology. If you struggle with your psychology, we've got you covered. Our performance coaches, Michaela and Nelly, created a trading psychology course that you will find in our FTMO Academy. Pass the course and master your mindset with FTMO. Now back to Mike. Psychology is something we talked quite a lot in today's interview, so let's touch upon it once again. And another thing I would like to know is, so you mentioned that you really had to get your discipline, you really had to overcome. You said you did it all, the revenge trading, over trading, and so on. This psychological progress that you had, did it help you in some other aspects of your life as well outside of trading?
difficult question. What to say? I moved to Dubai with 19. I never did an education in Germany or something like this. So I have nothing else than trading, so I need to. There's no other way to go. So I would say it helped me a lot. Then I'm training in the gym, all these stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it helped me quite a lot, I would say.
Okay. What would you think? So, I know as we spoke before the interview that you have your own community of traders. What do you
Yes.
think is the most common psychological problem that, people face in trading?
Um, a bunch of. They want to earn money way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the main problem I've seen the last 2 years is that the people are trading with money they need. So they are not able to use money and trade without headache, I would say. And this gives them a lot of pressure. And then that's another point because that comes on top because they are not profitable and then they get pressure, then they're using their own money and it tops up again, more, and then they are never there's no possibility to be profitable
Mm-hmm.
because they have so much pressure. They need to money to pay uh, the rent, uh, to buy food, but they want to earn money as fast as possible because they need money. A lot of people are right now in need, and yeah, it's not good. So I mentioned a lot of people in my trading community to start with funded capital, with FTMO, prop trading, and because this solves a lot of problems for them. They can trade with money that's not from them. They only need to invest $150 for the lowest challenge, and then they can build up from 10K to 20, 50, 100, 200K, and they are not using their money. So it's a big positive effect of the mindset and for the people. So I mentioned them to start with prop trading.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is something that we see quite often as well. With our clients, because people are not trading with their own money, but what we see, and for example, what people told to our psychologists is that they, rely on the profits because they need them, right? And if you
Yeah.
trade because you know that you need to make money to be able to pay the rent, to pay the groceries, to, pay for the basic life needs, that's not really a good place to be in with trading, right? You need to have that peace of mind that you were talking about exactly.
Yeah.
With all the other problems that you were facing with the revenge trading, over trading, FOMO, and so on, do you think the only way to overcome it is the experience that you just gain on the way while trading, or would you think that there is some, specific things that you can do to overcome it faster?
Yeah, I would say it's one of the main parts. It's the experience. Maybe if they have a mentor and they see exactly what he is doing and they only need to do the same, then they are possible to get the same results than him. So that's maybe in part to walk behind somebody to see the way. Um, Otherwise, it's important to have more money to make more profit, and then you will trade way less. So you solve a lot of problems with this. Um, because if you want to earn 10K in a month and you are only trading with 10K, you need to make 100%. But if you're trading, if you only stick to the rules, I would say 3 months or 4 months, you're easy able to trade 400K on the FTMO, and then you can make 20K in a month. So it's only a matter of how much money you are able to trade.
Mm-hmm. All right. And another thing I wanted to ask you about. So now that obviously, as we said in the beginning, you've been trading with us for something over a half a year, something over 6 months, and you've already made almost $120,000. Even at this point where you have your experience and you're successful, Do you still see some psychological problems that you have that you still have to master, that you still have to overcome at this point, or are you completely happy with yourself and with your mindset at this point?
It depends of the style you live. S- in trading, it is you get every day in touch with these problems, so you need to be focused every day. And if you are not focused 100%, I will do also mistakes, and I will do not listen to the rules, all this stuff. It depends. Of course, right now I would say I'm free of these mistakes, but sometimes I can feel, today is not my day. I slept not that well. I wasn't exercising in the gym. Um, doesn't matter what it is. It can be a problem for me, and I'm also just a human, and I make mistakes. But if you make one time a mistake, what can happen?
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Mike, thank you so much for accepting our invitation for the interview. It was really lovely to talk to you today. And
thank
if you have any final words, anything you want to say out there to give any shout out to anybody, now is your time.
Yeah, I would say give some greetings to my community. I talked a lot with them about this interview, and we are really happy that we can that we took this interview right now. And yes, greetings to Jan. He's one of the closest traders with me the last 3 to 4 years. And yeah, check out my Instagram and see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. And that is FTMO. So that was Mike's story. I would like to thank him again for being here with us today, and I hope that you have learned something valuable for your trading as well. So thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.